Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. It looks like Ekpa have gotten a strong ally in the person of a human rights activist, and it's telling Southeastern people generally that look, if you want Nnamdi Kanu released, as in released immediately, do this, and it'll be released sharply, sharp, without even going through houses. But we're going to find out exactly the kind of advice is given and why a lot of persons are beginning to make a U-turn and supporting Ekpa, and they're actually saying that Ima Powerful is actually not getting it right. We're going to find out in a moment all this and much more. But before we do that, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let us start with what the activist said, then we'll find out exactly what Ekpa is saying and what a lot of supporters of Biafra are saying in support of this movement. Well, a human rights activist and convener of the Concerned Nigerian Group, Detention, has identified the sit-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra as the only way to secure the quick release of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the separatist group. He advised that the southeast part of the country should effectively embark on a 2-week lockdown in order to facilitate the release of their detained agitator. Adeyanju made this claim of his social media page while knocking the President Muhammadu Buhari's government. I quote him, said, if the sit-at-home in the southeast is 100% effective and everywhere is on lockdown for 2 weeks, Nnamdi Kanu will be released soon. Once something is pinning them so much, press their neck more, Adeyanju wrote. Kanu, who was charged with terrorism and treason, is currently being held in custody of the Department of State Services (DSS). Ipob, that's Indigenous People of Biafra, had earlier on Thursday, via a statement by its Media and Publicity Secretary Ima Powerful, frowned at the continued compliance with the sit-at-home every Monday in the Southeast region, even after it called off the order. The group had urged residents to go about their normal lawful duties on Mondays, warning that it would deal with anyone found enforcing sit-at-home order on that day. Meanwhile, since August 9, when the sit-at-home order exercise initially called by indigenous people of Biafra began in the southeast, residents have continued to comply with the order every Monday, even when the group called off the exercise 2 weeks later. It was observed that residents, despite the cancellation, have continued to observe the Monday sit-at-home, following so much against them launched on some people who attempted to do business on that day by some faceless individuals. These individuals had at some point burnt vehicles and other property, which in turn created fears in the people. The indigenous people of Biafra, however, said that they would no longer tolerate forcing the people to sit indoors in the name of a cancelled sit-at-home. Okay, this is really serious. But of course, this has generated a lot of reactions. And of course, IPP members have also vowed, well, they opened their mouth and said, look, this is not going to work. IPP members vowed to continue to sit at home, accusing Ima Powerful for betrayal. They said they're IPP members, but in this era and time, people actually use names. I cannot forget the time Ima Powerful had to call out some persons shouting that they said they have been having talks with IPP members. Ima Powerful had to dare that politician that, please, can you mention the leadership of IPP you're having talks with? And I'll prove to you that you lied, that you're just using that name IPOB and you know nothing about the leadership. Well, as we speak, some online members have decided to speak. According to some persons, one Prince Tony and the rest said, one Chinako Ezinduka said, not Biafra, free Nnamdi Kanu or sit-at-home continue. This was here saying, this idea must come from the pit of hell. Nnamdi Kanu said he will sacrifice everything to make sure Biafra will come. DOS, what have you sacrificed for this struggle, if not the love for money? For me, I must sit at home because there is no genuine reason to stop sit at home. Another person here is saying, we can't just forget Nnamdi Kanu that Monday. That Monday sit at home reminds us that he is still trapped. This one here say, DSS, you are not being wise. You guys are not wise. Sit at home continues and expecting big deal that will shake our enemies. You people are here talking Chineke Pokwa. Oh no, oh my god, I will not say that one. This one here is saying this DOS has cash out from these guys. That's why they are now misbehaving. Ever since MNK was arrested, DOS has never said something and stand on it. And I am starting to believe that their hands are in the MNK arrest. Oh, no, no, no. Let me finish reading this and I will clarify what this guy is trying to say here. Okay, he said in the arrest, as people have been pointing fingers on them since, but because of this issue of arresting Simon, it is now clear that there is something DOS are doing at the back and that they won't be trusted anymore. Simon seems to be the only one to be trusted at this moment. DOS trying everything possible to eliminate all the MK effort. Shame on them. Okay, I cannot forget some days back, I think Thursday thereabout, one of those visitations Nnamdi Kanu, the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu had with him. He personally, that's the lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, barrister Aloy Ejimako, sorry. No, no, not Aloy, barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. It was actually Ifeanyi himself. It was Ifeanyi himself, the lead counsel Ifeanyi Ejiofor, said that Nnamdi Kanu himself said there's nobody in DOS, no leadership. He mentioned one Caroline, mentioned the DOS, mentioned his brother Konata, that none of them were instrumental to his arrest. That's to tell you that what this person here is saying is wrong. Nnamdi Kanu himself, using his lawyer, has said none of them are guilty of his arrest. He has exonerated them. But he seemed to have one or two persons in mind, but he's keeping it to him. He's keeping it to himself and in his chest, depending on when he comes out of the detention. Then maybe those ones will be settled. But one thing is certain: Nnamdi Kanu have clarified this. Look, on easy lies the head that bear the crown. You may not understand the dynamics of this whole thing. A lot of persons are saying, well, Adenyaji has saying that, look, this thing is pending, you guys should just continue to sit at home and all that. But I feel, this is my personal opinion, now it may differ from yours, and that's the reasons why we're actually going to dialogue. When we go to our our community section, let's air our views, of course, without insults, please. I feel that at this stage, the DOS is being very careful. One, Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, and they are tagging Nnamdi Kanu on terrorism, treasonable felony, and all that. That he created an organization that has been proscribed by the federal government. Now, DOS, Ipob are trying as much as they can to give the image to the world that they are a non-violent group and their proscription was harshly done and not fairly done. So they have to be very careful what they say. They have to be very careful the kind of information they pass out. They have to be very careful the words they emanate from their mouths. They have to also be mindful to align technically with the elders so that it will not look as if people say you're a non-violent group. How come you're disobeying your elders and elder statements? So it's quite a dicey one. If they want to go the way they want to, or the people are insisting they should, then the world is watching. Don't forget also the federal government is also watching as well. So it's a dicey one. I think you should cut them some slack at this stage. Well, we'll pray for wisdom for those in the DOS and those running the affairs of IPOB. But the DNG has said it clearly. Say, look, if you want this to be done very quickly, 2 weeks sit at home, bear the pain once and for all, and you will get result. Let's meet in that comment section. Do you agree with what Adenyaji is saying? Quite harsh. Or do you think a bit of dialogue here and there could actually make a way? Let's interact, please. Please don't hate for us.